Hey folks, well today I've got the Zero Tolerance 0551. This is their new knife that was designed by Rick Hinderer, and it's pretty close to some of his typical designs, and I'll show you that in a minute. This, to go over the knife a little bit, has a 3.5-inch blade. It's 8.8 centimeters. The overall closed length is 4.5 inches, so it's a pretty big knife. That's 11.4 centimeters. The steel for the blade is something kind of new. It's called Elmax, E-L-M-A-X, and it's a stainless steel, and this has a stone-washed finish on it. The actual G10 on it is a matte black G10 that has these nice little grooves and stuff cut into it. And of course it's a titanium frame lock. The overall weight is 5.8 ounces. Let me zoom in a little bit on it for you. As you can see, it's fairly substantial on the lock side, the titanium. The thing that I'll discuss a little bit, but I'm not really sure about, is how much the lock is cut out. It's hard to see here, but it's like paper thin. And I've looked at some of the other zero tolerance knives that I have, and they're not that thin. But this is like they left just what they could leave. And it's kind of interesting. Now, of course, it's got thumb studs on each side, and it is drilled for carry up or carry down on both sides. And it comes with the carry up, tip up. It does say that it is a Rick Hinderer design, and it is made in the USA, and they are serial number for this run. Although I think with the popularity of this knife that they'll probably have other ones coming out besides just the serial numbered ones. And it does tell you it's an Elmax, and the serial number on this one is 0448. Here's a nice lockup. It's a little stiff, but it's brand new. But it does smoothly open once you get it in motion. So it isn't too bad, but you really can't flick it unless you really put some effort into it. But I'm sure it'll break in. I'm not too much for loosening up the pivots a lot, because when you carry them, I hate for the tip to slip open and stuff. So let's see about this knife. This is designed by Rick Hinderer, and let's compare it a little bit to a non-flipper XM18. As you can see, the basic overall shape is very close, although this knife does not have the smoothness of a Hinderer. This thing is just comes right out. It's very smooth, and it's a little beefier. When on the actual cutout, you can see this one is pretty thick. It's at least 3 times thicker than this one. This is just like a little edge. It's just, I don't know. I guess for you people out there that want to baton a knife, don't do it with this one. At least not in a locked position. If you decide you're going to do any batoning with it at all, disengage the lock and then just go ahead and hold this over the material and then baton it if you have to. But, and you really shouldn't baton any of them, even this one, in a locked position. None of these, no flipper really should be, or at least not flipper, but folder should be batoned in a locked position. They're just not designed for that originally. It just puts too much internal stresses on the parts. So if you have to, just disengage the lock and then place it on whatever you're going to put it on and then do your batoning. But let's look at them. The Hinderer has very thick and nicely ground out spacers. Well, so does the Zero Tolerance. They're very, very similar as far as the spacer size and the number of spacers, and even the milling to them, very much the same. Of course, the Hinderer has jimping on the handle itself and the blade, where the zero tolerance only has it on the blade up top, but it does have some jimping on the bottom, and same with the XM18, except the XM18 does have some in the back where this one doesn't. Very similar in overall handle shape, although the zero tolerance is a little thicker blade wise. It's about 1/4 of an inch thicker than this one, and the handle is just a little bit thicker and a little differently shaped than the original Hinderer XM18. But other than that, it's a solid, good little knife. I mean, this thing, other than my concerns about the cutout on the actual lock, I mean, this is a nice, beefy, good, solid knife. It feels good, locks tight, and feels solid in the hand. You know, I think for just ordinary use and cutting or stabbing motions, whatever you need, I don't think this lock will be a big problem, but it's just, you know, if you had to put downward pressure on it, this thing would bend. You know, so just be aware of that. But other than that, good knife. You know, I like it. So, you know, there you go, folks. Thank you for watching. And again, you know, this is just to show you what they look like. You know, I don't try and endorse any product, and please don't take my videos as endorsement to any product. All it is just to show you up close what these things look like, in case you just don't have a chance to see one or get them, you know, or purchase one. So with that said, I'm a little over 6 minutes. I try and keep them, you know, kind of short. So take care, everybody. Bye.